just treated Ninja on his glute, and I sustained an injury on my knee.
You hurt yourself, blaming me.
No, not really, guys. Just to let you know, I ended up injuring my knee kicking a football in a car park, and then it was good fun though.
Yeah, it's worth it, huh?
Oh yeah. And then I went to the gym that night, and I was doing some leg presses, and initially it was hurting a bit, and I thought, no, I'll push through it. I shouldn't have. It did stop, the pain did stop, and I thought I was fine. But the following day I paid for it. It was really painful. I couldn't stand on my leg. I couldn't walk. And so as a result, I'm here for Ninja to treat me.
Yeah.
So,
cool. And we can see here, Farnsy's put on some compression. So it's a really important thing that we encourage here is compress things, because it has a healing effect, and it does protect the area, gives you awareness, because you realise you got things on there. So I'm just going to pull that down a little bit and show us exactly where it hurts, man.
So right here, I'm feeling the pain there.
Yep.
And sometimes I feel like my behind my knee, my popliteus.
Popliteus,
Popliteus, yes. The Greek guy. So that's where I'm feeling the pain mainly. Yeah. So
I might actually just, because of that shape, I'm thinking, my palm might be good on that. Just kind of give it a little warm up.
Yeah.
So where it's kind of the attachment down here.
Yeah.
So let's warm it up a little, and then negotiate what we need to do. How's that feel?
Feels good. Feels good. No, it's fine.
Feels supportive.
It feels. Yeah, it's probably the word, supportive. I feel pressure, but it's supportive.
Yeah. So you want things to feel safe. It's okay to go ahead. If Farnsy's feeling like it's traumatizing, damaging, any of those kind of words.
No.
Yeah, then
I wouldn't say that.
We've got to stop. But we want to connect in with your pain.
Yeah.
And kind of do something that resonates with you as something that's supportive, but also going to nurture and facilitate some healing. So and that's what it's all about. We're here to help, not to hurt.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's what it's about. So, and we kind of intrinsically know when something is going to be better for us. Yeah. And you can kind of feel it when you're getting treatment. When things are coming up, you kind of can feel the different spots that are
that show up. Referral pains and things like that. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So just slowly, like a snail, going through this.
Yeah, you're starting to get to it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
So I just changed my angle.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of an anchor with my other hand. It's pulling down on the perineal kind of area, the side of the shin, and pushing up. So hitting it.
Feels good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm feeling a bit of referral down my adductors actually. Yeah. Yeah.
So this area here was when you kind of, that initial leg press.
Yeah, that's initially where I felt it. Yeah, correct.
So there must have been some stress in where the muscle attaches on here, or some ligaments. So there was some initial kind of whisper in your ear, a bit of a message.
Exactly.
That something had been stressed and damaged a little bit. I suppose some endorphins and things like that. Blood flow, you can keep on going. But,
look, it's a good example. I was just thinking, when you do something that you don't do every day and it's out of the ordinary, it's like your body's not used to the quick change. So I can feel that behind my neck and knee now. Okay. And so the importance of actually maybe staying within what you know, rather than doing more, like if you're doing any weights, don't overload your weights in order to cause injury, things like that. I'm thinking, that's...
I suppose it's sort of know where the boundaries are and don't go too far beyond them.
Exactly.
If you want to kind of create change, you've got to incrementally go beyond those borders, but you don't want to smash the borders and go too far beyond what the body already knows. Because you can. Because it is unfamiliar. Your body might be loaded up too much or stressed too much.
That's right.
So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just change the angles.
That's it.
I can kind of feel that crease of the knee there. I'm just got the heel hand in that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, I just felt like when I looked at Farnsey's knee, because I hadn't seen it without the bandage on there, I just sort of saw some swelling. So, and then just looking at the shape of it, I was just sort of, and where he was pointing, I just sort of thought the heel of my hand might be a good tool rather than a thumb or an elbow.
Yes,
So this fleshy part, and I'm just sort of maneuvering and kind of, as I'm feeling different things come up, I'm just sort of tuning into that and then changing my angles and just pushing through. So how's that feel, man?
It feels good now.
Yeah. So, so one of the things, there was a bit of swelling here too. So a lot of people would say that's a contraindication, like don't do that. But we kind of go on what it feels like as well. And like, cause I'm going so slow, I'm not actually damaging, creating more trauma or anything like that. It's slow. It's not like when you kind of built something up with a hammer or something, it kind of splatters everywhere. But if you kind of slowly push into some plasticine, if you could kind of imagine that, you kind of mold it and it doesn't actually damage it.
No.
It melts it, and like, a lot of people are into the habit of injury straight away, anti-inflammatories. And like, what I'd kind of like to say on that is like, inflammation is a critical part of the healing process. And just say if you've got some damage in here and you've taken anti-inflammatories and all of a sudden there's no swelling there, you think of logic, does that mean that site is healed? That damage is automatically done, it's gone, it's healed up? It doesn't. It's what you've actually done is the body has lost some protection, some awareness, that little bubble that it's created in there for exchange of the dead cells, the damaged cells to go out, and then for a site where new things can be remodeled and built back again. So it's just sort of one of those things to think about. And there's a lot of painkillers in anti-inflammatories as well. So you're kind of stopping yourself from recognizing when you're creating further damage. It's that you're kind of interrupting a feedback loop. You're interrupting the healing system that the body's been doing for, in animals and humans for thousands, maybe millions of years. We don't know how long people have been on the planet, or animals. But it's a critical part of healing is inflammation. So, and what we're trying to do is just a little bit of support, a little bit of plumbing to help those dead cells be released, get into the lymphatic system, into the circulation system to kind of go out. And we want to support some healing. All right, so I'm just through that area now. So what I might do is slowly come out. So I'm going to come out slowly as well, just so that Farnsey isn't shocked. And a lot of times it's in that really quick rebound that things can kind of, say, reverberate down into that and kind of shock it. And that might create a bit of trauma in itself as well. So what I want to do while you're here, man, I'm going to sit here. I'm just going to push into the back of your knee.
Okay.
And like Elliot did a bit of this sort of stuff on me a couple of weeks ago. If you're a fan of our YouTube channel, you might have seen that video. So I'm just going to push in here a bit.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
It's fine.
And pull out.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
So I'm getting closer to the spot.
Yeah.
Just there.
Okay.
So what I'm doing, it's going to hold that for you, man.
Okay.
On it.
Yeah. And it's just
there?
it's not traumatic at all.
Yeah. Just because Farnsey is in a bit of a vulnerable position, so it takes him a while to move around. I just thought, I'm going to treat you, the back of your knee while you're in this position here.
Yeah, sure.
And kind of, let's see if we can free things up a little bit so when you do go to move in a minute, like you're going to be more free and less pain and just trying to plumb things so that you're more comfortable and you heal quicker.
Yeah.
Do you direct me where you want me to go?
Yeah.
Or you feeling some stuff in your hip?
Yeah, sort of like it's kind of a little bit referring to here, but not too bad.
Yeah, see if I can double.
Yeah, that's it.
And this one?
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
You point to it?
Yeah, there.
There?
Yeah.
Look at this. So push down with that one, pull up with this one. You just don't get this anywhere, Farnsy.
No, you don't get that
anywhere. You don't get this kind of service anywhere.
Oh,
There's a bit of revenge here.
It is revenge here.
One of the funniest Simpsons things ever, I reckon, was when Homer was having a bit of a hard time with Bart. Bart had his foster parent, or whatever, where he went and did all this fun stuff with this guy, and like Homer was feeling like, you know, he was left out and wasn't appreciated and things like this, and so Homer goes and applies to look after homeless kids as well. and there was a form that he was filling in, and like it was one of the first things that said, why you want to look after little kids, and the first option was revenge. and he's saying in his head, Homer's saying in his head, don't say revenge, don't say revenge, don't say
ends up saying revenge.
Revenge. So little Peppy, you're looking after the Peppy.
Oh, that's good.
I love you, Pepsi. Something like that. You got it wrong a bit. But I haven't seen that episode for over 20 years, but it's still funny. In my mind, anyway. So, which one's hurting you more, the hip or the knee?
It's more the hip. I'm feeling that. Yeah.
Am I in the right spot?
Yeah.
So I'm pulling up, and that's the knee one. Has that dissipated?
Oh, that's dissipated. I'm not feeling anything there. Seriously, nothing.
It's true. And the hip, is that going slowly?
Slowly, yeah. So it's not.
So it just needs to be held. So one of the little phrases I've liked lately is we just got to hold things.
Yeah.
But like while you're holding things, holding the damaged tissue, the traumatized tissue, the scar tissue, whatever it might be, hold space as well. So we're holding the tissue, holding space, and that's what is important. It's got to be a safe space.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like if you're not feeling like it's a safe space, you're not going to get the results. You're going to push it out. You're going to reject it. You're going to try and run away. You're not ready. You're not welcoming. You don't trust, you know, the process. You don't trust the person that's trying to help you, or if I'm kind of too eager, too cocky, things like that, I'm going to inject into you rather than work with you.
With you, exactly.
You know what I mean? If you kind of inject something, you force it, you damage, you know.
Right.
So it's like not just on a physical level, it can be damaged on a psychological level as well. So where you kind of not getting the trust. Yeah.
Strange, it's gone back to the back of my knee.
Yeah.
That's weird. This
So
is
there's a
slow.
connection. There's a connection.
Yeah, and there's oh wow.
So I'm just kind of working with that intelligent information that Farnsy gave me. He told me where he could feel things.
Yeah.
So then I could work with that. So I'm
So
pulling up
definitely
still.
the pain here has settled down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going back to this one a bit.
Yeah.
So just hold that a little bit longer.
Thank you, mate.
I reckon, we're nearly...
I can relax that in my pen.
it's not as painful now.
No, not as painful now.
So you just
More
sort of
relaxed.
saw a real life treatment and a process where you kind of just honoured what was presented and what was happening at the time, and like what Farnsy was feeling. I'm just going to slowly come out of both of those. That. Slowly. And then what I'd probably do if this real life, I just let them lie there for a bit, and then just in his own time he'll be able to move and explore and let the work integrate, because the body and mind need to communicate now. So like things, we've tried to change some stuff, so the flow, the density of the tissue, if it's really compressed and scarred and things like that in different spots, just really fired up and just spasming on. We're trying to calm that down, relax it down, let the body be in a better position to heal itself and to move a bit more freely without that triggering of the alarm system. So that's what it's all about. We're trying to honour the person, the body. We're a human, we're not a machine. So we've got trauma and different things like that that's gone on. This has been a traumatic experience for Farnsey.
Yeah, it has. It has.
So if you kind of have that awareness and work with the person, don't create more trauma, more damage, then you're going to have a successful kind of healing happen. So it's up to Farnsey now till we've got to support you, getting movement back, getting load back into the body, and he'll be right as rain. So
that's the aim.
That's the aim of the game. That's the game we're playing. So want everyone to be doing whatever they want to do in their life with their body. So and like, I suppose another thing on this, like, you do not realise just how good it is to have a functioning knee until you have pain in it and dysfunction. So there's going to be a level of appreciation. So you can spin things around to make it a positive. From shit flowers grow. From this experience, Farnsey's going to have more knowledge about knees. He's going to help other people with knee stuff. He's going to, with training, with listening to the cues, the different messages the body gave. Boundaries, these sort of things. So we can.
So I'm thinking that even though it's a painful experience for me, it's actually positive because then I can use that in when I'm treating other people with similar situations.
You got empathy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what's happening.
That's it. So lived experience. You can't buy that. You can't buy lived experience, direct experience, and we just encourage everybody here to receive Bodywork. That's why we're a really different YouTube channel, I think, is because we treat practitioners, so connoisseurs of this work, we treat and we give each other feedback, we have a chat. It's a real life experience, real life treatment. And that's how it works.
Mate, it's the best place to be. Where else can you go to work and get treated and just feel good about yourself? So yes, definitely.
And treat others.
Treat others, So if your body is telling you need a treatment, make a time. Get treated. Get your body healed. Important.
And even if you don't feel like too much is going on, sometimes there's awareness created by pushing into it because you don't realise there's pain and dysfunction or lack of range and things that. Because you live in your own body, so it's your known. It changes what you know.
Definitely.
And it's just good to get maintenance and prevention work done.
Definitely.
So best place ever. We work on each other, practice. So when we practice on you, we get it right.
Yeah, definitely.
We go deeper.
Definitely.
That's it. All right. Call it there. Done.
Done.